right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to be taking a look at CharTec Academy. It's a training program for, you guessed it, MSPs. Now, I'll be honest. When I see the kind of success their sister company, ARRC Technology, has had, I kind of get intimidated,
Yeah.
like multi-million-dollar MSP. That's a whole other level.
Oh, yeah, that's understandable. But that's what's so cool about CharTec Academy. A lot of the folks who go through the program, they come out the other side saying, man, I wish I'd done this years ago.
Oh, like it was a missing piece.
Exactly. It's like they finally found that secret sauce they were looking for.
So, spill the beans. What is this secret sauce? What's so special about CharTec Academy?
Well, it all starts with the story of ARRC Technology. You see, as successful as they are now, they had some seriously humble beginnings.
Okay, paint me a picture. How
Okay.
humble are we talking?
Picture this. Alex Rogers, the founder, he sells his horse for $300.
$300.
$300. That's the seed money for this multi-million-dollar company. That's it. Just $300 and a whole lot of hustle.
Wow, talk about bootstrapping. You can practically see him working out of his truck, making those computer repairs, grinding for every sale.
You got it. Alex practically wore out his shoes walking the streets of Bakersfield, California, pitching his services.
Bakersfield, huh? That's interesting.
Yeah, not exactly the first place you think of when you hear tech startup, right?
Right. Not exactly Silicon Valley.
No, not at all. Bakersfield is all about oil and agriculture. So, trying to sell tech services there, let's just say it was an uphill battle.
I bet. So what kept them going? How do they make it work in a place like that?
Well, Alex and Dr. Monique Rogers, who co-founded ARRC, they faced every obstacle you can imagine. Financial struggles, check. Skepticism from the market, absolutely. Operational hurdles, you name it, they dealt with it.
They've been through the ringer, huh?
They've been through it all.
Wow.
And that's what makes their experience so valuable at CharTec Academy. They've walked the walk, they've felt the pain points that a lot of MSPs are feeling right now.
Yeah, they get it.
Exactly. So when they offer advice, it's not just some theoretical fluff, it's real-world, battle-tested wisdom.
So they're speaking from experience, not just from a textbook.
Exactly. And that's what makes CharTec Academy so powerful.
I'm starting to see how this Bakersfield thing plays into it. It's like they had to be extra resourceful and innovative just to survive.
You got it. They had to really understand their clients' needs to succeed in a place like Bakersfield.
Okay, I'm starting to see the connection here. But let's get back to CharTec Academy for a second. What makes it so unique? What makes attendees say, man, I wish I had done this years ago?
Well, a lot of training programs out there, they're all about presentations and theory. You sit in a lecture hall, you take notes, you go home. But CharTec Academy, it's completely different. They throw you right into the deep end.
What do you mean?
It's hands-on, immersive. You're not just learning about how an MSP works, you're actually inside a functioning multi-million-dollar MSP.
Wait, hold on. They hold the academy inside ARRC Technology?
You got it.
Yeah.
You get to see firsthand how a successful MSP operates day to day.
That's amazing. So what? I just wander around and try to soak it all in.
Not exactly. They have this thing they call keys to the castle.
Piece to the castle, huh? Sounds intriguing. What's that all about?
It means you get unrestricted access to every department within ARRC. Sales, operations, technical, you name it, you can observe it.
So I could be sitting in on a sales call, seeing how they close a deal,
Yeah,
or watching their techs troubleshoot a tricky issue.
absolutely. You're learning from real-world scenarios, not just hypothetical situations.
Wow, that's incredible access. But isn't that a bit overwhelming? How do they make sure attendees can actually absorb all that information?
That's where their structured approach comes in. They break down each department's function into digestible chunks, and they focus on those core principles that drive success.
So it's not just a free-for-all.
Not at all. They have a very deliberate curriculum. They guide you through each area of the business, highlighting the most impactful strategies and processes.
Okay, that makes sense. So this keys to the castle thing, it's not just about observing, it's about understanding the systems, the strategies, the nuts and bolts of what makes ARRC tick.
You got it. And because they're so open about their successes and their failures, attendees can learn from both. They see what works, what doesn't work, and how to adapt those lessons to their own MSPs.
I can definitely see how that would be a game changer. No wonder people come out of there saying, I wish I'd done this years ago.
It's a fast track to leveling up your MSP, for sure. But it's more than just technical skills and business strategies. They also focus on something they call the human element.
The human element, what's that all about?
It's about building a strong company culture, attracting and retaining top talent, creating a team that's aligned with your vision.
Okay, so it's not just about the tech, it's about the people.
Exactly. They recognize that a successful MSP is built on more than just technology. It's built on people.
That makes sense. It's about building a sustainable business that you actually enjoy running, not just chasing the next dollar.
Absolutely, and that's reflected in the community they foster at CharTec Academy. It's not just a training event, it's an opportunity to connect with like-minded MSPs, to share experiences, to build relationships that last beyond the academy itself.
But you're not just learning from the trainers, you're learning from each other.
You got it. You're joining a community of MSPs who understand the unique challenges and rewards of this industry.
It's like finding your tribe, the people who get it.
Exactly. And that shared understanding can be invaluable. It's about knowing you're not alone in this journey.
I love that. All right, so we've covered a lot of ground here. We've explored the origins of CharTec Academy, their unique approach, this keys to the castle concept, and the emphasis they place on both the technical and the human aspects of running a successful MSP.
And we've only scratched the surface. There's so much more to unpack here.
That's right. In part 2 of this deep dive, we're going to delve even deeper into the specifics of what attendees actually learn at CharTec Academy. We'll uncover those key takeaways, the aha moments, the strategies that have helped MSPs transform their businesses.
Stay tuned. It's going to be an insightful journey.
Okay, so last time we were talking about this crazy keys to the castle idea at CharTec Academy. It's like, you're not just learning about a successful MSP, you're actually in one, watching them work, asking questions.
Right. It's about getting that real world, behind the scenes look. You're not just getting some theory, you're seeing how it all plays out in practice.
Okay, so let's say I'm shadowing the sales team at ARRC. What kind of aha moment am I going to have? You know, that thing where I go, man, I wish I had learned this sooner.
Well, a lot of MSPs struggle with positioning their services, right? They
Yeah.
try to be everything to everyone, and that can make it hard to close deals.
Right, you got to niche down, find your sweet spot.
Exactly. And that's what they really nail at CharTec. They teach you how to identify your ideal client, how to craft a value proposition that resonates with them.
Okay, so I'm not just learning how to sell, I'm learning how to sell to the right people, the ones who are actually going to value my services.
That's it. And it goes beyond just the initial sale, too. They talk about client retention, building relationships, becoming a trusted advisor.
So it's not just about closing the deal, it's about keeping those clients happy.
Exactly. Imagine seeing how ARRC's client success team operates, their communication style, how they anticipate client needs.
Man, that's got to be valuable.
Mhm.
Okay, but what about operations? That's another area where a lot of MSPs get tripped up.
Oh, absolutely. And that's where this keys to the castle thing really comes in handy. Let's say you're interested in project management, right? You can actually spend time with their project management team, see how they use tools, how they track progress, how they keep everything moving smoothly.
So I'm not just reading about project management, I'm seeing it in action in
Yeah.
a real live MSP.
Exactly. And you can ask questions. Why do you use this tool? What challenges have you faced? How did you overcome them?
That's so much better than just reading a textbook.
Oh, yeah, it's way more practical.
Yeah.
And you know what's really cool? ARC is so transparent, they'll even show you their mistakes, the things that didn't work.
Oh, so we can learn from their screw-ups.
Exactly. It's like, here's what we did wrong so you don't have to.
That's awesome. Okay, so we've talked about sales, operations. What about the technical stuff? I mean, technology changes so fast. How do they keep up with that?
That's one of the things I really appreciate about CharTec's approach. They focus on foundational principles, the things that apply across different technologies.
So it's not just about the flavor of the month.
Not at all. It's about giving you the knowledge and skills to adapt to whatever comes next.
That makes sense. So I'm not just learning about one specific tool, I'm learning the underlying concepts.
Exactly. And they do bring in experts from leading vendors to talk about the latest and greatest, but it's always grounded in those core principles.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
But you know, it's not just about the tech itself, it's about the people using it, right?
Absolutely. That's another big focus at CharTec. Building a strong technical team, creating a culture of learning, developing efficient processes.
You know, I was talking to an MSP owner the other day. He's really struggling with employee burnout. His techs are just constantly putting out fires.
Yeah, I hear that a lot. It's a common problem in the MSP world.
Right. So what's the solution?
Well, CharTec tackles that head on. They show you how ARRC structures their teams, how they delegate responsibilities, how they empower their techs.
So it's not just about working harder, it's about working smarter.
Exactly. It's about creating a work environment where people feel valued, motivated, and equipped to handle the challenges.
It's funny, we started out talking about technical stuff, but we keep coming back to this human element.
It's all connected, right? You can't have one without the other.
You need the tech, but you also need the people to make it all work.
Exactly. And that's what I love about CharTec Academy. They get that. They understand that a truly successful MSP needs both.
It's not just about making money, it's about building a business that you're proud of.
That's it. A business that supports your team. A business that allows you to live a good life.
That's inspiring, man. I gotta say, this whole conversation has really opened my eyes.
I'm glad to hear that. It's
Mm.
powerful stuff, right?
It is.
Yeah.
And you know what? As much as we can talk about it, there's nothing like hearing it straight from the source.
You're right. The real power of CharTec Academy is in the stories of the people who've been through it.
So that's what we're going to do next. We're going to hear from some CharTec Academy alumni, the folks who once said, man, I wish I had done this years ago, and find out how the Academy has actually changed their businesses, their lives. Welcome back to the show. We've spent the last two parts kind of dissecting CharTec Academy, looking at the structure, the content, but now it's time to hear from the people who've actually been through it.
Right. The folks who can tell us what it's really like.
Exactly. And you know what? The feedback we got from CharTec alumni, it's pretty amazing. These are folks who are running everything from tiny MSPs to big multi-million-dollar operations.
That's what's so cool about CharTec Academy. It's not just for one type of MSP. It's for anyone who's serious about taking their business to the next level.
I was reading through some of these testimonials and
Yeah.
honestly, I was blown away. Like one person, Sarah, she runs a small MSP out in the Midwest.
Okay, what's her story?
Well, she said before CharTec, she was constantly drowning in work, like just overwhelmed with the day-to-day chaos.
Oh, yeah, I know that feeling. Too many tickets, not enough hours in the day.
Exactly. But Sarah said that after going through CharTec Academy, something clicked. She started implementing systems, prioritizing tasks, delegating.
So she got organized.
She got organized. And you know what? It worked. She's handling more clients. She's less stressed. She even took a vacation.
Wow, a vacation. That's a miracle in the MSP world.
Right. But it's not just about individual productivity either. Another guy, Mike, he runs a larger MSP.
Yeah.
He said CharTec helped him transform his entire company culture.
Ooh, company culture. That's a tough one to crack.
It is. But Mike said before CharTec, his team was siloed, communication was terrible.
Sounds rough.
It was. But he took some of the stuff he learned at the academy, leadership principles, communication strategies, and it totally changed the game.
What did he do?
Well, he started doing these weekly team meetings where they'd all get together, talk about challenges, share wins. He also made a point of recognizing and rewarding employees who were going above and beyond.
Simple, but effective.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the results. Employee turnover went down, productivity went up. Clients even started commenting on how much better the team was to work with.
That's amazing. It's proof that this stuff really works.
It really does. And, as we're hearing these stories, I'm realizing that CharTec Academy, it's not just about teaching you how to run an MSP.
It's about something bigger.
It is. It's about building a business that you're proud of, a business that supports your team, that gives you freedom, that lets you live a good life.
That's the dream, right?
It is. And, for anyone listening out there, if you're running an MSP, no matter how big or small, I think CharTec Academy is worth checking out.
It could be that missing piece you've been looking for. Yeah.
Exactly. And who knows? Maybe a year from now, you'll be the one telling us, man, I wish I had done this years ago.
I wouldn't be surprised.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for our deep dive into CharTec Academy. Thanks for tuning in.